Everybody, welcome to a new video. This is another Bug Bounty 101, and today I'm going to be giving you guys probably the most important tip you will ever receive in bug bounty hunting. That was the case for me, and I hope this will help you guys the same way. A lot of the things you see when you go onto YouTube and when you go onto Google and when you look for a bug bounty methodology, often you will find the recon phase, but the people presenting those recon phases will not go in depth about what all of the things are that you have to do after you find your target properly. So a lot of you guys are probably hackers already or want to become a hacker. You've all heard about OWASP, I assume. OWASP is an organization that here it is. The OWASP Foundation works to improve the security of software through its community-led open source software projects, hundreds of chapters worldwide, tens of thousands of members, and by hosting local and global conferences. So I have the OWASP top 10 here. The top 10 is pretty much the 10 biggest security risks when it comes to web applications at the moment. It's a broad consensus worldwide. Everybody agrees that these are the top 10 application security risks at the moment. Everybody at OWASP anyway. But what I want to tell you guys about this, all of this doesn't matter if you don't know how to use it properly. You can see here injections, you can see broken authentication, XML, internal, external entities, broken access control. These are all good classifications of issues, which is of course useful, but it's not the whole story. Again, here I have the BWAP portal. These are all kinds of vulnerabilities that you have. For example, I'm going to give you guys an example here. Where is it? Let's say a security misconfiguration. For example, if I find an insecure FTP configuration, let's say I'm hunting and I find an FTP server somewhere in the wild that has anonymous access. Okay, that you would say that's a security issue, but is it though? Is there something of worth on that FTP server? Is there something valuable on that FTP server? Maybe you can break out of that FTP environment and go to a different FTP server or a different folder that you're not allowed to access. But basically, an open FTP server in and of itself is not really a security risk. Of course, it's a risk, but it's not something that companies would pay for. What you have to realize is that companies don't have infinite budgets. They want the bugs that matter, that have impact. So what matters most as a bug bounty hunter, and this is the number one tip I can give you guys, read the web applications manual if you have one. If you don't, get to know the application. Again, here I have the OWASP Choose Shop, I have the scoreboard open. There are a lot of different issues you can solve here. For example, the cross-site scripting issues, the cross-site scripting defects that you can find. That's pretty cool, cross-site scripting, but again, it's useless if you don't know what to do with it. If I can just do a cross-site scripting and I can make a confirm box appear on my target's computer, and for the rest nothing else, that's not really even a security defect. Okay, it's annoying and of course it's a defect, it should not happen, but if my cookies are secure, if there's no data to steal, if there's nothing to be done with that cross-site scripting, it's just a medium or a low severity issue. That's what I mean when I tell you guys you have to know what you're doing. What matters to me more is that you guys understand what kind of functionality you are testing and that you can abuse that functionality. I'm going to give you guys an example here. So I'm going to write a little bit of pseudocode. I'm going to give you guys a banking applications code, and I'm going to write if amount is smaller than 10,000, do the transfer, else do security. check. So I have my piece of code here. If the amount is less than 10,000, do the transfer, else do the security check. I'm going to start up a text edit real quick. I'm going to type this out a little bit better for you guys so you can read what's going on. Let's open up a new document. There we go. So if the amount is bigger than 10K, do the transfer, else do a security check. Pretty simple pseudocode. So I'm going to walk you guys through this code. I'm going to give an amount of 10. When I walk through it, my amount is less than 10,000, so my transfer is just going to go through without issues. If I'm going to give an amount of 100K, my amount is not less than 10,000, so I'm going to go through my security check. What happened in the application, and this is actually a security issue I found in the wild, if you entered a negative amount, it would just execute the transfer because, of course, the amount is less than 10,000, it's minus 100,000, but it would take it from the other account, so it would do a transfer for minus 100K. And what would happen is that other person would get rid of 100,000, you would get 100,000 on your account, and no security checks were ever performed. This was a way to get money laundering to happen. Of course, that's a security defect. This is what I mean when I tell you guys to just know what you're testing. This was something I could have never found if I wasn't fully aware that I was testing a security validation. So I was testing this specific loop. And I only know that because I looked at Google, like, when do security checks happen at banks? I just looked up everything that I could find, and of course it also helps that I work at a bank. But this kind of stuff is really important. Another example I can give you is amount of tickets. If I can only order 10 tickets, but I order minus 100 tickets and I just remove the minus, that's also a big issue. So a lot of people have asked me in the past as well, what do I need to become a good bug bounty hunter? There's only one thing you really need, and that is a good head, a good logic thinking capability. You need to be able to know what you're doing, and you need to be able to think of edge cases that can exploit the current situation. I can't recommend you specific tools, I can't recommend you specific methodologies because it will differ for everybody. And if I put out a really popular methodology, of course everybody is going to test for it, and it's not that effective anymore. So everybody will have to find their own methodology. I'm putting out what I can find because I actually do believe that the security community as a whole needs to be raised. And if I can help in doing that, then of course it's a pleasure. But the least I'm hoping for is that I can inspire some of you guys to actually look for these bugs with me so we can help the people that actually want to improve their product improve it. I would like to thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any more questions, please don't hesitate to ask them. I'll also be posting a link to a Slack group in the description. Feel free to join. It's kind of an experiment I want to try. I want to bring together a community of hackers. We'll see what happens from it. Thanks for watching. If you guys got this far, please leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe and share this video with your friends. It helps me out a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.